I see David Jason's been in the press again, folks, over the last couple of days. He's just made a belated appearance at the stage show, the Only Fools and Horses show. He always said he'd never turn up, he said, because it wouldn't be fair. He said the audience are all going to be watching and looking at me and interacting with me and seeing how I feel about it. He said it's unfair on the cast, but I think people have put a bit of pressure on him to go. People have said he should see it, and he's actually bowed to that pressure in the last few days and been out to see it, and I think he had a really good time. I've already told you how I feel about it, folks. I seen it in that there Manchester a few weeks ago. If you want to watch the video, if you've not seen it, go and have a look at it. Anyways, he went there, but also in the press, he's also saying how much he's enjoying bonding with his young grandson. He's got a 10-year-old grandson there that he knew nothing about. This is given to him by the young daughter that he knew nothing about. She came forward 2 or 3 years ago now, asking for a paternity test, saying, I think you're my father. I think you went out for a brief time with my mother when you were both young, aspiring actors, and I've got a good feeling that you are my father. Anyway, he took the test. Turns out it was correct. He said he's brought her into the family. You know, it was a slow burner and it was, you know, strange for all the family, but he's over the moon. He's now introduced to her, and even more so with the grandson. And anyway, I'm reading the piece, and I like old David Jason. I like him a lot. I always have done. It's not just his Fools and Horses, which he's brilliant in. I think he's been great in a lot of other things. But I worry for him because I think over the last couple of years, he's getting... I might have touched on this before, but I think he's getting more and more bitter because TV companies aren't knocking on his door, aren't picking him up to do any work. He wants to do more. He'd like to do more, and I think it keeps him healthy. I mean, he's 82 already, but for 82, he's a really good 82, and he's no thoughts of retiring anytime soon. But the TV companies don't seem to want him, and I think it gets to him a little bit, and I do think, as I say, he's getting a little bitter. I think the problem isn't David himself. I don't think it's his age either. I really think it's his up and all hours. I really do. I think that's what's put many off him, because that for me was a complete and utter turkey. I don't mean the first one, when he did it with Ronnie Barker, absolutely fantastic. But this latest one, it did run for a few series, and I think it shouldn't have got past probably 3 episodes. I think they should have canned it after 3 episodes. I think it was absolutely crap. And that's, from me, he was a massive supporter of Jason's. I think he's brilliant, but I think it was crap. The writing in it was crap. Most of the people in it was crap. It was just really bad. It was like a bad Benidorm. I know there's many of you like Benidorm. That's crap as well, in my eyes. I think it's just unfunny. I think this was even unfunnier, if there's such a thing. It was just crap. I mean, and I think about it, and I think the humour was really poor. And some might say, well, it was the same kind of humour as in the original. Maybe that was, but I think probably if that was the case, and I don't quite think it was, but if that was the case, I think the original was done 30 odd years before, so it didn't seem it then. But also, you just had a better cast. Jason himself was brilliant. The governor, as he called him, Ronnie Barker, was even better. And then your Mrs. Featherstones and the like, they were all played by better actors and actresses. I mean, in this latest one, I only seen a couple when it first came out, and I thought, I can't watch this. Johnny Vegas, who isn't everyone's cup of tea, he's not that bad, but in that it was terrible. It was, I thought it was poor. And your man, what's it called, the Loose Women's ex-husband, Tim Healy, he was great enough with his same pet. Poor in Benidorm, but as I say, I don't like Benidorm because I think he was in that as well, but he was awful in this. The character he played in it was awful, and the lines he spat out were just absolutely terrible. Was he gastric or something? Was it gastric? And he always had problems with his digestive system. It was just awful, and I thought it was a joke that should never have been told because it wasn't funny, and it was one they brought up in nearly every show, and you're thinking, what's all that about? I mean, I've only watched a couple of them, as I say, but from time to time it'd be on and I might catch 5 minutes of it and I'd think, oh my god, this is poor, really, really bad. And I just don't think it did David any favours. I mean, it might be me, it's just my opinion, and that's what I do on here, folks, I give an opinion. But if there's any of you like there that'll like the Open All Hours, the new one with David Jason in the lead, tell me how wrong I am, or tell me I'm right. I mean, I think I'm spot on. I think it was crap, and I'm someone that wants David Jason to do well. I've got no problem seeing him in our screens, but if he does another Open All Hours like that, no, it's not for me. Absolutely crap. Well, I'll tell you how bad it was. We're talking David Jason, Darling Buds of Me, Crackerjack, no problem with it at all. Bradley Walsh did it, absolutely shocking. Terrible, terrible, terrible. He's a flavour of the month. ITV love him, but it was crap. I've seen more than a couple of them. I've seen 3 or 4 of them. Absolute crap. But for all it was absolute crap, it was better than the Up at All Hours reboot. Definitely. That was dreadful. He's a much, much better actor than that. He deserved more than that. The script, I think, was poor. The characters in it, very, very poor. As I say, am I right, am I wrong? It's only my opinion, but that's me. How did I get to there from the stage thing? I don't know, but I do this.